and the RDC. So there's many participants in that 1 centavo. Unfortunately, it's not big enough. The benefit, probably you will feel it as a barangay or a municipality after 3 years of just collecting it, and then you make a project after that. And then the second part, not just on the substantive part, the second part of that is that what kind of projects can be used. There is a list to that, which involves probably medyo wide range siya. There's a livelihood, there's environment, and many items that are listed in the policy. And the third part is the complication of getting that amount. Kasi you have to open trust fund, you have to send a business proposal, and dami pa requirements. So that circular that we have based on the IPIRA is we're trying to increase the amount and restructure the division, no, the sharing, and then also change the procedure. Na wala ng business proposal, just an barangay ordinance na lang, or some resolution of the barangay council. So on that side, we're trying to fix that. And on the other side, though, Mr. Chair, as you mentioned, they can see their windmills turning in their backyard, but they still don't get the energy from there. We are reviewing also our policies na dapat may, this is still being discussed, Mr. Chair, because the stakeholders, we did a public consultation and there are reactions to that. Our initial proposal was give the co-op of where it is the franchise area, where the franchise area is, of the wind project, for example, get the right of first refusal to the power that they produce at a certain percentage. We are proposing that, Mr. Chair, and it's undergoing public consultation, and we're getting so much reaction, both positive and negative, but it is something that we are aware of, that just to attract more LGUs also to be host communities, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to thank the good secretary for her response. So, correct me if I'm wrong, this is enforced through department circulars?
Yes, Mr. Chair. This is only through a policy. But should the body wish it to be have more teeth and probably a bigger magnitude, then it has to be through legislation, I suppose, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, actually, that was what I was going to segue into, which, as I guess the good secretary shared, some legislation might be in order to give it more teeth. So, in light of this, this representation will support any legislation that gives our host communities more direct benefits deriving from these renewable energies developers. With that, I'd also like to manifest my support for the Department of Energy and the increasing of their funding so there'd be more equitable benefit to all. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Chair would like to recognize Vice Chair Edwin Ongchuan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, to my colleagues from the 20th Congress. Blessed good afternoon to Secretary Sharon Garin and the DOE team. Mr. Chair, I would like to manifest my utmost respect to our dear colleague, Secretary Shawi, who was a colleague of mine during the 17th Congress. I would like to emphasize also that Secretary's father used to be a member of the Congress also, Representative Oscar Garin. That's number one. Number two, a colleague of mine also, Congressman Richard Garin, used to be a member of Congress. And now, our Deputy Speaker, Jeanette Garin, is also a member of Congress. So, we should show quadruple courtesy, no, to our dear colleague. So, we should show the Garin brand of congressional courtesy to our very own Secretary Shawi. And being the former governor of my province, Northern Samar, we used to have our electric co-op, Norsa Melco, used to have a very poor rating, let D rating, no? Then ngayon, we were able to slowly improve our rating to AAA na ngayon. Used to be, walang gusto magpautang sa amin na independent power producer. Even PISAM, no, refused to supply us. And it is because of NEA Administrator Nani Almeda. We requested Administrator Nani to get a very credible, efficient officer from NEA, from the ranks. Now, as our general manager, napakalaki pong tulong ang naibigay po ng NEA to our beloved province. Just imagine from a D rating, ngayon AAA na. No? Maraming salamat po, Admin Nani, for that help.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And na-appreciate po namin yung regional hub po na ginagawa ngayon ng NEA dahil before, inalalayan po yung Northern Samar ng ibang kalapit na province sa Region 8 na pressure po yung IPP to supply Northern Samar. Otherwise, the whole region will not supply, will not get from the IPP. So, tulungan po yung buong regional hub, yung mga different provinces sa Region 8, sa Eastern Visayas. At dahil po dyan, nasalbar po yung aming probinsya from the brownout supposedly, no? Malaking tulong po. Our gratitude to NEA Administrator Nani Almeda. Maraming salamat po. I fully support the budget of DOE. Mabuhay po ang DOE. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The chair now would like to recognize Deputy Minority Leader Stephen James Tan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning good afternoon pala kay Secretary and to the DOE family. There are a few issues that I wanted to raise. First is I would like to raise the issue about the NGCP line, which is from Calbayog City on Summerside going to Northern Summerside. So mabuti din na nandito si Representative Daza and Representative Uchuan, especially na affected kami dalawa nito na line. So, but the line is the purpose of the line is to improve the supply of electricity in the northern side, Northern Samar. But however, we have encountered an issue when the contractor laid down the plan kung saan ilalagay yung mga poste. So, we realized na nilagay nila sa almost 80% of the post is beside the diversion road and in the Maharlika Highway going to Northern Samar. So, malaking portion kasi halos almost the same yung haba ng line that will traverse Samar and the line that also will papunta din ng Northern Samar, almost equal kami. So, yun ang issue namin na nilagay nila 80% sa highway. So, nagkakaproblema kami ngayon in terms of syempre, majority ng development ng First District is situated, especially it is inside Calbayog City. So, nandun talaga yung development natin beside the diversion road and yung mga major roads natin. So, marami ang na-affected ng mga barangays also. And we have also encountered na may transfer sana kami na NGCP na line, the old line. Pero very costly siya kung i-transfer. So, kung ngayon, ilalagay nila lahat dyan, na mas bago to na line, and to mention also may old line tayo na nandun sa bundok Tapos itong bago, nilalagay sa highway. So parang nag-raise up din ng concern yung the city of Calbayog through kay Mayor na nag-oppose tayo doon. So then, nung humihingi na sila ng resolution of non-objection by the city, of course, nag-object kami doon sa proposed na location ng mga post. So, Madam Secretary, if you could also help us na ma-consider to na ma-fast track na rin. We do not want to hamper also the development, especially that it is leading to Northern Samar, but we cannot also sacrifice dun sa district natin, or in this case, the city of Calbayog, na malose din namin ang opportunity na the majority of the development is situated in this national highway and this national diversion road.
Mr. Chair, di po kayo nag-iisa na problema sa NGCP, Mr. Chair. But this is under, we'll work on that for your district. But I'd like to ask the president of the Transco to answer because they're the ones that gave the concession to NGCP.
Thank you po. Mr. Chair, if I may be recognized.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon po, and thank you for raising that concern. I actually am arranging a meeting with the president of NGCP regarding several issues on right-of-ways, and we will include that po in our discussions, and we'll give you feedback on the outcome of our meeting with the president of NGCP.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you. But we just do not like land the impression na parang, kasi when they present it, parang sinisisi nila yun dito sa Samar side na we are hampering ayaw namin na ma-upgrade yung line. But that is the situation.
Mr. Chair. Well, ano na lang, Mr. Chair, we have this committee on transmission and we'll take up the topic together with NGCP and the other concerned agencies on the issue at hand, Mr. Chair. We'll set it up as soon as we can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Secretary. And the second is, I would like also to request that baka pwede natin ma-consider yung to upgrade the line of the 3 islands in my district, namely Tagapulan, Santo Niño, and Almagro. These are all islands. So yung issue naman nila dun is, I think that based on the recommendation of the local cooperative ng Samelco 1, is for the line to be upgraded kasi to be insulated kasi prone sila sa mga vegetation, may mga bats na mga issue. So halos, although 24 hours na yung services nila, pero hindi nila na-enjoy yung 24 hours na services because of parati silang affected dun sa old na line. So it needs to be upgraded para mas better yung services natin na ma-provide.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we'll coordinate with NEA on this. I am not so familiar with what are the pain points in this issue, pero I'll check with NEA the 3 islands in Samar. Yeah.
Namely Almagro, Santo Niño, Tagapulan. I will furnish a letter also to kay Sir Almeda.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'll wait for your request letter, sir.
And lastly, based on the record, as we have talked with the general manager of Samelco 1, he was saying that based on the record, all of the barangays are now fully energized. But in reality, in account ko, there are 16 barangay pa na who is not energized. So maybe we can propose also a 32 kilowatt off-grid hybrid solar plant so that we can target the 16 barangays na 100% na fully energized yung first district of Samar.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we'll have the somebody from the OE will just get the information from you, Mr. Chair. And also, Mr. Chair, other than the distribution lines in the